In this video, I'll show you how to create product loops with Elementor Pro. Hey guys, what's up? This is Michaela from Simplifying Websites. And before I get into the tutorial, I'm going to ask you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. So let's go, guys. I'm here at the Fine Stampa website, which is a store I taught you how to create with Elementor. So, for those of you who haven't seen it, in the latest Elementor updates, Elementor has added this function to create loop grids, loop carousels, to create loops. Loop means repeat in English. This loop function basically lets you create any type of card you want. I'm going to teach you about products today, but later I'll do one specifically for blog posts, but it's basically the same thing. So you see these little product cards we have here, which we usually take from the Elementor Product Widget. So we can create this little card any way we want. This Elementor Product Widget is standard. So it has the image, the title, the price, the little button, which I've removed here. And then it doesn't allow you to do anything other than that. If we want a different layout, if we want two buttons, whatever we want to do differently, we can do it with this little card, this loop that we're going to create. I'll explain it to you. This is all native to Elementor Pro, okay? You don't need any additional plugins. You'll see it here in the templates. Down here, Elementor, you'll come to Add New. Select it and choose Loop Item. Okay, before that, let me tell you something. You have to be from Elementor 3.8 onwards to be able to use this function. You also have to be using the Flexbox container, okay? If you're using sections and columns, it won't work. Elementor has to be updated from version 3.8, and you have to be using the Flexbox container, okay? If you haven't updated Elementor yet, come here and make a backup of your website. There's a video here on the channel teaching you how to make a backup with this plugin, all-in-one WP migration. Go here to Plugins, Installed Plugins, and update your Elementor, okay? Okay, after that, you can go to Templates, Add New. Choose Loop Item here. Here you can choose whether it's for posts or products. I'm doing it for products. I'll choose Product. And here you put a name for your template. I'm going to put Product Templates. I'm going to put 5. I already have several templates. You can name them whatever you like. I'll click on Create Template. It already has some ready-made templates here if you want to take them. Just click on Insert. I'm going to create one from scratch here. Then I'll close it. I'll click on the plus item here. Then I'll click here on Flexbox. And I'm going to click here to get this container with the down arrow. That means that the items will be one below the other. I'm also going to go to this home page. I'm going to click here on Edit with Elementor. I'll leave it open because I'm going to use it. Back to the template. And here, guys, it's going to work similarly to the template we create for individual post pages. If you come here to the library, there will be all the items here for you that automatically pull from the post. The featured image, for example, not from the post, from the product. The featured image, for example, will pull up the product image. That's the image you've put here, the image of the little card. If you pull up the price of the product here, it will pull up the price. If you pull up the title of the product, it will pull up the title. So you can pull all this from these widgets here. These are the standard product widgets, and it will pull up the last product you registered. If you want to pick up and view a specific product here, you can go here to Settings, View Settings, and here you can search for the name of a product. It doesn't mean that you'll be making this card just for it. Everything you do here will work on all the cards on all the products. This is just for you to find its settings. Why? This one, for example, is a product with a short title. It has this image here with this background. It has this promotion price here. Sometimes you want to configure a product that has a longer name, that has a single price here. So you can see what the settings will look like if it's a different way with a different product. Then you can come here, click on View, and search for the product. For example, let me take one here, a dress. Then you click on Apply View. Then it will show you the information for the product you searched for. But what you do here will be replicated in all the others. Okay then. You come here, get the items. I'll create a little template here. Something like this LP Beauty website here, which I think is nice. Here's the I want button. You click on it and you'll see the individual product page, and you have this little add to cart button here. And you've asked me for this a lot. How do you add these two types of buttons? It's quite interesting, isn't it? So I'm going to do more or less this little model here for you to understand, okay? So I took the image, I took the title. Remember that there are already these unique items here. But if you want, you can also pull in dynamic tags. This is available for you to do, so unleash your creativity. Do it the way you want. So if you're doing any kind of configuration, any widget that has an image, you can come here to dynamic tags and click on featured image. It will also pick it up. So let's say you want to make, for example, a configuration here that has the background image of the card. Then you come to style background type. Then here in image, you come to dynamic tags, highlighted image, and then you want it to be like this, that the image stays in the background and that the text appears, the title here, right? The text, the content of the product above. You can do that too. I'll take the title here, the price, the classification in short. Then you come here, you come in overlapping backgrounds. Let's say, shall we? Put a little color here. Set an opacity, and then you come here and set the color of the text here in white. Just giving you an example here. Supposing you need to make a layout that requires this. So anything that has an image, any widget that has an image, you can pull in through the dynamic tag. Same thing with text. Any widget that has text, you can come here in dynamic tag, go down here in WooCommerce and pull up the price of the product, for example, or go down here to WooCommerce and pull up the title of the product, for example. You can do that too, okay? I'm going to use the widgets that are already ready. So I'm going to go back, plus I'll take this container down here. I'll come to the library. I'll drag the highlighted emoji here. I'll go back to the library. I'll drag the product title here. I'll come back here. I'll drag the product price here, okay? If you're doing it the way I told you, coming here and taking a title or a text and pulling the price of the product into the dynamic tag here. Here in the dynamic tag, you can do it in two ways. You can pull in both, which then pulls in both prices, the promotional price and the real price. Or you can pull in only the original price, or you can pull in only the offer price. For example, if you want to configure them in a different color or size, you'd need two widgets. That's it. You know you can do it like this. Just an example. If you wanted, for example, to do it like this, I'm going to come here, I'm going to double it, then I'll pull up the price on this one. Then in this one, I'll pull up the original price. Then in this other one, I come and pull up the offer price. Then this one is the original price. I can come here in style, typography, put decoration like that, so that it also has the little stripe. And then here I can come here. If you want to put a different text, you come here in advanced, then you put D. It stayed here. Then you come to this one, you come here, you come to advanced, and you put it so that it appears by only. To make a layout like this from a 300 for just a 200. So there are some layouts that require this kind of customization just to show you the possibilities. Okay, back here. I got the price here. I'm going to customize it here. I'm going to come here in a long dress. I'm going to come here in style, typography. I'm going to leave Montserrat here, size 14. It has to be tiny. Remember that it will appear here on these little cards. If you put it too big, it will get big here. In this one too, I'm going to come here. I'm going to come in style. I'm going to leave it size 15. And here, as it's the price, you can customize both. So in this one, when we customize everything. I'm going to come here in the little world. I'm going to take this primary color here, which is a more standard gray. And then on this one, we customize only the price on offer. In other words, only this price here of 200, which is the price that's being sold. See? So here, for example, I can add a darker color. If I want, I can put a darker color. Then if I want, for example, to make this 300 lighter, I have to come here to this one, which is everyone's configuration, and make it a little lighter. And this one, which is the price on offer, and customize just it, which is what I did. See how it has an underline? That's because of a setting in a plugin I have. But you can configure it in Elementor so that it doesn't appear. Come here to typography, come here to decoration, leave none. Then it looks like this without the stripe. Okay, now I'm going to configure the two buttons. Oh, this Elementor Loop configuration is still new, so it's normal for there to be a few bugs. For example, the Add to Cart button isn't showing up. Look at how it appears. It just appears like this. It has this bug. But that doesn't mean you can't add it. You can come here, put any button widget, any widget that has a link to. It can be anything that has a link. I'll take a button widget here. Then I'll customize it. Write the title I want. I'll put I want, which in the title can be by, it can be anything. I'll put I want. Then you come here and customize it. I'm going to come here in style. I'm going to leave a font of Quinhentos. I'm going to leave Poppins font. I'll come here to rounding. I'll leave 10. I'll come here to content. I'll leave it justified so it looks like this big. I'm going to come here in style, in hover, which is the action of hovering the mouse. I'm going to set the background color here to black, so when you hover the mouse, it will look like this. I'm going back to normal here. I'm going to increase its size a little here. I'm going to leave it like this. Then I'll see if it works. Okay, I think I'll reduce this rounding to 5. Okay, that's it. Then I'm going to come here. I'm going to take a container, drag it up here. I'm going to take this button and put it inside this container, because for it to be side by side with the other one, I need it to be inside a container. So I'm going to come here to the container and set it to be horizontal. That's when we put them next to each other. Then I'll come here, I'll get an icon widget, I'll put it inside this container. If you can't place it, you can click, copy, delete, right? Click on the button, click on paste, and it'll be on the side. Then I'm going to come to the container. I'm going to click here on space between elements. I'm going to leave percentage. Then I'm going to put 5% spacing. Then I'm going to click here on the button. I'm going to come here to advanced. I'm going to come here to width. I'm going to leave it customized. Then I'm going to put 75 width here. Then I'm going to come here to this widget. I'm going to come here to advanced. I'm going to come here to width. I'm going to leave it customized. It has to be in percentage, okay? Remember, I'm going to leave it at 20%, which is taking up all the space in the container. Then I'm going to go back to the icon widget. I'm going to go to content. I'm going to send an SVG icon. I've already got this cart icon with a little more, so I'm going to select it. There's a video on how to download a free SVG icon here on the channel. I'll click on insert here. There are icons here from Elementor itself, but I didn't find any nice ones to illustrate what I'm looking for. Okay, now I'm going to come here to the icon. I'm going to come to style. I'm going to come to size. I'm going to make it smaller so it's more or less the size of the button here. I'm going to come to the container. I'm going to click. I'm going to leave it here aligned to the center so they look right. I'm going to come here in advanced too. I'm going to put 0 padding so that it's more aligned with the whole card. That's it for now. Then I'm going to click here on publish so we can call it up on the page so we can see how it's going to look. I'm going to click here on my home page, which I've already opened so that I can see it. I'll have to get a widget called grid. Then I'll come here. I write grid, which is this one here, loop grid, drag it here. Then here I choose, right, I'm looking for products. And here I come and put the name of the product I created, which in this case was Model 5. This one, Model 5. See? Then the product appears the way I want it to. I'm going to come here, I'm going to put in 4. I want 4 products to appear at a time. Then I can see how it's looking. I can see that the button, I can see that it's spaced well apart. We need to align this. So it's good to always have them both open so we can see how it's coming along. I'm going to click here on update. Then I'm going to come here in this main container. I'm going to come to style. Type of background, I'm going to put the color white. And here in my case, I have an ice background, so all my cards are white. I'm going to come here with a border. I'm going to make a shadow here. I'm going to come here with the color. I'm going to remove some of the opacity here, and then you can show me how it's going to look. I'm going to remove a little more of the opacity here for a very subtle shade. And I'm going to come here and I'll give it a little more blur. It'll be more subtle, then it's like this. I'm going to come here to rounding. I'm going to leave 10 for rounding. I'm going to come here to the image. I'm going to come to style. Rounding, I'm going to leave 10 as well. In fact, I'm going to leave 5 to get the edge here with a better finish. That's it. Then let me see how it looks on my home page. We can see what it looks like here. Now I'm going to fix this spacing. I'm going to come here in the main container. I'm going to come to space between elements. I'm going to leave 5 here for padding. It looks like this. This one at the bottom, which is the price, always has this extra space here. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go to advanced. I'm going to go to margin, and I'm going to put a margin at the bottom here. I'm going to decrease it. And this one at the top, which is the title, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go to advanced, put a little margin at the top so it's a little further away from the image, and I'm going to update it. And I'll update it here so I can see how it looks. Hey, it's like this for now. It's a little closer. If you want, you can also rate the products, which are the little stars that people give to the rating. Just drag it here, then you can come here and customize the color. I'll put yellow. Then here, we customize the size of the star. I'm going to make it smaller here. And here, this typography, I'm going to make it size 12. And I'm going to make the color of the link here, which is where a customer review is written, gray. If you don't want this name to appear here, there's no way to exclude it from the widget here, but then you just have to, for example, here in the typography, you come and put 0 size. You see that it doesn't appear in the text if you don't want it to appear. I'll leave it here anyway. I'm going to come here to this container. I'm going to leave everyone here aligned to the center. I'm going to click on update. I'm going to update here. Then everything is aligned here in the center. And it looks that way on the cards. Now we're going to link it because for the time being, nothing is happening. If we click on the images here, if we click on nothing, nothing happens. So for the person to be able to click through to the product page, we have to link everything, okay? This loop has a little error because the right thing would be for us to come here in the main container, come to more options, dynamic tag, leave the right to leave the link, come here, leave the dynamic tag, the URL of the post so that anywhere he clicks here, he goes to the product, but it already warns him here. Don't add a link, otherwise it will break the layout, and it really does. So we're not going to do that until he's left this setting here as the default. And that goes for any container, right? If you put a link in any container here, it breaks the layout. So you only have to put it in the widgets. It comes here in the image, it comes here in content. Oh, link, you put the personalized URL, it comes in dynamic tag, and you put the URL of the product. Same thing in the title, content, link, dynamic tag, the URL of the post. Here in the price, we can't put it. Here it already is. If you click here on a customer review. This button here, I want it to go to the individual product page. So, the same thing, I come here in content, here in the link part, I come in dynamic tag, and put the URL of the post. Now, this little button here that I want the person to add to the cart is different. I come here in content, here in the link, I come here in dynamic tag, I go down here and you have to, put it in the cart. If you're not doing that here, right, putting these two here, you're putting, for example, just this buy button and you want the person to click on it and add it to the cart, it's the same thing. Come here, select it in dynamic tag and come here and put it in the cart. Then, if the person clicks on it, it automatically adds it to the cart. Okay, I'll leave this one the way I said, the URL of the post, so that if the person clicks on it, they'll go to the individual product page. Then I'll click on update here. I'll update my home page here. Now, if the person clicks on the image, they go to the product page. If they click on the title, they go to the product page. If they click on this little button and it adds the product to the cart. In our case, the cropped was added to the cart. If we look here, it's here. It's here 4 times because I've already added it to the cart several times. So that's it. And the cool thing is that once you've made this model, you can use it on various things. So you can use it here in the loop, in the grid loop, in the carousel loop. The difference between the loop grid and the loop carousel is that here, in the loop grid, it will be in a grid, the products here, one next to the other, one below the other. So if I want, for example, more rows to appear here, there are 4 columns here. That's the number of products in each row. Here, the items per page. So this tells us how many lines will appear. So if I put 6 here, it won't even complete the second line because there are only 6 products. If I put 8, for example, then it completes the second line. See? If I put 12, then he'll have a third line here. Oh, 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. So it depends on how many products you put in, okay? I'll put 8 here so we can see better. And then you can also make all the settings we make in the other product widget. For example, you can see it here in the query. If you want only dresses to appear here, you come here, oh, include, put, select term, and here you say the term. In this case, dresses category. Aw, he's only going to show me dresses here. This is nice because we can create a different template for the various types of products we want here. If we want the dress model to appear on this layout, we can. If you want the pants model to appear on another layout, then you come and make another model just for pants. You know, you can do that too. And there's a really cool configuration here, is that you can come here to layout and apply, oh, alternative template, which is, for example, oh, you can come here, activate, and you come here and choose some kind of template to keep. For example, you know when you go on a big website that in the middle of the product card there's an offer banner? You can do that too. For example, oh, I'm going to access the WordPress admin panel again. I'm going to come here to templates, add new. I'm going to come here. I'm going to create a loop template. I'm going to put products here. I'm going to add a name here. I'm going to put product discount. I'll click on create model. And then I'm going to create a little offer banner here. I'm just going to come here and edit an image. As normal, I'll put in a little offer banner. Let me see if I already have it here. This one, for example. I'll click here on select. I'll click here on publish. Then I'll come here and I'm looking for that model. So I'm going to put it here. Let me see if it fetches it. Oh, product discount, which is the model I created. I can put it here. I have to configure here where it wants it. The position I want it to appear in the grid, for example. I want it to be first. Then it will appear here in the first position. If I set it to 3, it will skip 2 and appear here in the third. But then you have to set it up properly because you can see that it's a little square here. If I was going to do that, I'd have to take an image that was bigger. An image that was bigger, that was more stretched out so that it could appear right there. For example, I have this image here which is bigger, taller. So if I put it let me just move it here to recharge. There, it's already pulled a little higher. So I have to make this setting here. So you'd have to adjust the model so that it was a similar size to the card. So for example, you could come here in the container, come in style, or you can directly upload an image that's already longer. You could come here as a background, come in an image, add an image. I'll take this one, for example. I'll come here in screen size, make it full. I'll come here, take a spacing widget, drag it here, for example. I'll leave it here so it gets a little bigger like this. Refresh. And then you come here. Oh, let's try it out. It's about the size of the card. Then you come here and try it out. This is really cool because it allows you to come and make a little offer, a banner, something, and put it here in the middle. You know what? I'm going to deactivate this option here, and then we can do it this way. And then, as I said to you, if you want to use it for other things, you can too. For example, there's the carousel. There's a carousel loop. You come and drag it over here. And then you come here to the carousel widget, select products here, come and choose the model. Here, in my case, this model 5. It'll pick up the model here too. I'll choose the one below. Then you come and set it up. I'll leave it here. I'll come and leave 4 products as well. And this carousel loop, it's very dynamic now. It allows us to make various configurations. For example, we can come here in style, pagination, which are these 3 little dots here. We can customize it. I'm going to come here. I'm going to put more spacing on it for the products. Here I can set the size. Then I can come here to custom position, enable it, and put it in the position I want. So if I want to leave it here, I'll leave it on this side. You can leave it in the middle, over there, over here, in the middle of the card, on top of the card. Under the card, you can configure it any way you like. And then there are these little bars that you can put on it any way you like. I suggest that you leave these bars as they are and customize them like this, back and forth. So for example, I'm going to leave it here on this side, which is usually where we direct our eyes here. And we can also configure the navigation, which are the little arrows. So you can come here with a type of background. I'm going to put this purple one here, which is the purple of the project. The color, which is the color of the arrows, I'll put here. Rounding, I'll leave it at 30, standard. You can place it inwards and outwards. Here you can also customize its direction, so I can come here, but it's on the outside. So I can go here to Content, Navigation, and here I can set the position. So you can do it like in the Croco-block carousels, for example. I want them to be together up here. So I'll leave it. I'm configuring this one. So I'm going to leave it on that side. I'll leave it here in the up position. It's up here. It's got this little bug. You see? This little arrow here, it's not picking up the settings. So, for everything to be the same, you have to come here and change the little icon. There's the standard icon. I have to click here and select the icon here on the Elementor. Then I'll select this icon. I'll come down here and select the same one. Then they both take the default settings. Then we have to go back to the style, navigation, finish configuring, then padding. I'll add a little padding. I put 10. Then I'll unlink the values. And here on the left, I'm going to add a little more. And on the right, I'm also going to add a little more. So that they're well-rounded, I'll come back to the content. Navigation. Oh, if I want them to be next to each other, here in this case, it's worth it. You come here on the little arrow, on the little bar. Leave a little bit here to get into position. Then I'll come to the bottom one. This is the bottom one. I need it to be up there. There, it's in the same place. Then I leave the little arrows up here. If I want it to come out of the card, that's fine too. Then I'd have to configure it here in the container. So for example, I come here in the widget. I'll come to advanced. I'll come to margin. I'll put a margin space of 40 here. In fact, I'm going to put a little space here of 70 so that it doesn't stick so closely to the top one. Then I come here. I come to the navigation. And I can move it up a bit. Here in the vertical navigation, I can get it to go up there, and then I do the same thing with the bottom one. Oh, I let it pass here a little bit until it lines up. Then we can place them outside the card. There are layouts that we get from agencies and they get these things. So if they ask, you already know here that you have the option to do it. I suggest you leave the default option. Over there. This one on that side. This one on that side. And all of them here in the center. And then you can make your merry-go-round here pretty. Is that fine? And then on mobile, the same thing. You come here, put it on mobile, then you see it. In this case, here. We come here on mobile. It comes in layout. Leave it here. One at a time. One at a time, it's really buggy. But when you select the slides, in turn, it comes back one at a time. If you want to add 2 at a time, just like we did with the model, in this case, I want to put 2 at a time, and then it's disconfigured like this. Then you just have to come here in the model, put it here in mobile, and configure it. So, for example, if you don't want one button next to the other, because it's breaking, it's ugly, no problem. You can come here to the button. Mobile here is advanced. Leave it here. Width. 100%. This one too, come forward, leave it here. Width 100%, come here in the container. Layout, then you come update. If you just change a setting here, it pulls it up. Let's change from 1 to 2. It will already pull it up, and then you set it up. You can see the text is too big. You can make it smaller, and then you configure it. Leave it the way you want it, just edit it in the template. Alright guys, so that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it or have any questions, let me know in the comments. Like the video. Cheers, see you next time. Bye.